What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Montana State Bobcat Dynasty on NCAA Football 06. We're going to open up the video by recapping Season 10. Lee Mullins was our backup quarterback. He got some good playing time, and you know what? He honestly impressed me. He's going to be a senior next season, but since Kevin Fuller, who really struggled his freshman year, has not been redshirted, I am almost kind of tempted to redshirt him for his junior year and then play Lee Mullins his senior season, but I'm not sure if I should, considering that's just over a stretch of a couple games. Might be a bad decision. I'm not sure. Still kind of questioning that. Vince Robinson had a spectacular junior year. Tyrone Manigat in his last season, he played pretty good. Larry Lane, 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. His senior season was his best. Paul Washington broke out this season, but really died down in the second half of the year. Curtis Brown, another senior receiver. He came in the same year as Larry Lane. Not quite as explosive, but still very reliable. Ben Collins, once again, underutilized this season. I believe we got one more year with him. And then we got a couple other guys. Turner, he was a walk-on receiver, and he got himself a one catch, but it was an 11-yard touchdown. The offensive line did okay. As you saw, we did have an award winner. We're going to be taking a look at that a little bit later on in the video. And look at all those TFLs. 18 for Pat Hadley, 17, 13, 12. Our defense did a fantastic job getting into the backfield. That means Pat Hadley got into the backfield 30 times. He broke out in his freshman year with 10 sacks. Didn't do so well the next 2 years, but then senior season, another player whose senior year was their best. Max Lloyd, also a senior on this Bobcats squad. He had a spectacular year. There's a reason he was an impact player for the past few seasons. And then Kevin Orts. He walked on last year, 5 interceptions this year as our number one cornerback. Travis Kraft with 3, got a couple guys there with 2, and a handful of guys with 1 interception each. Bunch of passes deflected and a good handful of fumbles, 4 of them forced by Max Lloyd, and we recovered a good handful of them as well, and even returned a couple turnovers for touchdowns, 3 to be precise. Gabriel Fields wasn't too spectacular kicking. 72% isn't bad. He did hit all of his extra points. He just needs to work on his kick power, getting a little bit farther so he can hit a 50-yard field goal. Kick and punt return and punting was nothing too notable, nothing to write home about. We ended up getting 4 commits in the in-season recruiting. We got a guard. We got 2 wide receivers in Lumpkin and Will Black, and then Sterling Johnson, a center. So we were pretty successful when it came to the in-season recruiting. There were obviously a good handful of guys that we didn't end up getting. Caleb Henderson was a guy we were very close to getting, but he ends up going to Colorado. As you can see, wide receiver was a pretty big need for us with Larry Lane and Curtis Brown both graduating. We also went after a couple of running backs, considering I don't know if Vince Robinson's going to be sticking around, but none of them committed, so we're gonna have to cross our fingers and hope he stays. South Carolina's quarterback Riddick Bentley had 55 passing touchdowns this season, taking away the Heisman Trophy by far. This running back from Colorado, he was actually originally from the state of Montana, obviously ended up committing to Colorado and having a spectacular season with them this season, finishing second in the Heisman voting. And like I said, we got a couple of award winners, Shannon McBride and Justin Moore, the top 2 for best offensive linemen. And also they're the tackles for the first team All-American squad. So our offensive line, they did a fantastic job this season. Adam Weaver on the second team All-American. Taking a look at the first team All-Big Sky, Nate Long from Northern Arizona is the quarterback. Their running back is also there. But look, 3 of our offensive linemen made first team All-Big Sky. Pat Hadley with his spectacular senior season made first team. Kevin Orts, Cameron Whitaker, and Gabriel Fields also all made first team. When it comes to second team, Larry Lane, he is on there. David Pope, one of our offensive linemen that didn't make first team, he made second team. Mario Harris is on second team as well. Eddie Fine and Brett Garrett, meaning 3 of our cornerbacks made either first or second team, so we were pretty talented this season. All right, now for the national championship game. It's going to be between the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Iowa, they have been in the national championship game. This is their 3rd time now in the past 10 years of this series. They were there in Season 1, and they were there in Season 5. They got blown out in Season 1 by the Florida Gators. Season 5, they lost 10-7 against, I think it was Texas A&M, in a game where no points were scored until the 4th quarter. I believe this is Minnesota's first time in a national championship game throughout the duration of this series so far, and they are currently the favorites as they are ranked number 1. Iowa is ranked number 2, but I feel like Iowa's the more well-rounded team. They got more going for them on offense. Minnesota's big thing is their running back had 1,600 yards, while Iowa's running back, he was more so average this season, not even breaking 1,000 yards. And their defense statistically looked better, but you know what? Just because the stats say something, yeah, the stats don't lie, but it's also not all about the stats. So we're going to just have to see how this plays out. Iowa with the football to start off the game, but they're faced with an early third down, and they're going to go 3 and out as Will Bowman is going to be dropped, and Minnesota's defense gets a stop. So they have the football, and they're going to give it to their great running back, Billy Bryant, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards on second down. Third down and short for the Golden Gophers, and down goes Jerry Ward. I believe he is a freshman. One of these quarterbacks is a freshman. They actually might both be. I'm actually not quite sure, but you know what? He gets dropped on that play. Very similar to what happened to Iowa, and now Minnesota has to punt just for Iowa to then go 3 and out yet again. Minnesota taking back over on their own 26-yard line. Here's the carry by Bryant, and he's going to make it third down and short yet again. They're going to give this one to their running back, or their wide receiver, rather, the best wide receiver, Chris Carter, who ironically plays for Minnesota. Not the same Chris Carter. Actually, we don't know that. Maybe it is the same Chris Carter. Maybe he went back to school. He comes up with a big third down conversion there, but on the next third down, the tight end makes a diving reception, or at least he dives for the football, doesn't end up getting it. Minnesota punts the football away, and now Iowa finally picks up a first down. Finally seeing a little bit of offense going on now as we get into the second quarter. Here's a toss play to the right for the running back, Rick Jones. He's going to take it out across the 40-yard line. Iowa getting a nice play there. It's back-to-back first downs for them now. Nice run by the running back, who is the worst of the two starting running backs in today's game. But you know what? He has a nice run there. He has some solid blocking and picks up a good gain. And then their quarterback, he can run the football as well. Bowman picking up a solid gain. They are going to be faced with 4th down and 1. They're going for it, and they're not going to get it. Bowman's pass is knocked away. Minnesota's taken over. But they are going to be faced with another early third down, as it's a defensive battle early on, very similar to the Season 5 National Championship game. But Minnesota does come up with a third down conversion. Maybe we're going to see some points on this drive. Here's a toss play to the left. Bryant down the left sideline, tiptoes before stepping out of bounds. Another nice first down run. 3rd down and 9. They're on the edge of field goal range. Well, not anymore, as the Hawkeyes send the cornerback blitz. That's going to be a huge loss, and Minnesota's going to have to punt. They pin Iowa pretty back in their own territory, though, back on their own 6-yard line. Here's Jones going right up the middle, though. That's going to get them some breathing room. A minute left to go in the half. It's a play fake. Bowman's going to fire this one over the middle, and he's got his receiver down the middle at the 46-yard line for a huge play. Great throw into some tight coverage. There were 2 defenders right there ready to break it up. Instead, they just make tackles. Bowman's looking to run the football, and he runs right into a defender instead. Iowa's going to use their second timeout. They have yet to convert a third down today. It's going to continue a strip sack, and it looks like Iowa does recover the fumble. That will take us to halftime, where we remain scoreless. Minnesota facing an early third down in the opening drive of the third quarter. The pass intended for Chris Carter is going to be broken up. 4th down and 10, another 3 and out here in this one. We've seen several of those today. They're going to be punting the football away now to Brandon Fuller, the cornerback, and he's got some pretty nice room across the original line of scrimmage. He's got a punt return touchdown, and we finally have points in the game. It was a 56-yard punt return touchdown for Iowa. How does Minnesota respond to that? Well, they're going to be faced with yet another third down. They're going for way more than just the third down yardage, though. But with the double man coverage, the pass is broken up. The Hawkeyes on third down. They're going to get this one out to their impact receiver. He is shy of the sticks. And we see another 3 and out as defenses continue to take over today's game. Play fake. This pass is going to be caught over the middle. It's Chris Carter in open space, getting that yards after that catch. He is gone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Chris Carter doing his thing, showing everybody why he is an impact player. Reminding me a lot of what Larry Lane did, especially down the stretch for Montana State this season, getting those yards after the catch. And the game is going to be tied up as we finally have an offensive score. Iowa still yet to convert on third down today, and that's going to continue as Bowman has a bad overthrow. So now Minnesota with the opportunity to take the lead on this drive, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that when you keep running into defenders. That's going to be a loss of 7 on the sack. This pass is going to be thrown off his back foot. It's going to be picked off. Brandon Fuller again. He had the punt return touchdown, and now he has the pick 6. You know what? If Iowa ends up winning this game, just give him the MVP because he's the only reason they're even on the board at this point. How does Minnesota respond to that? Well, how about a big run by Billy Bryant, getting them out just shy of the 40? Unlike Iowa, they have converted a couple of third downs today. They're not going to do so here. Another sack of Jeremy Ward, as both defenses actually have quite a few sacks in this game today. We draw to a near end of the third quarter. Iowa looking to convert the third down, and they finally do so for the first time today. It's a big run by Will Bowman. Can he do it again, though? It's 3rd and goal from the 16. Bowman wants to run it again, but Minnesota's defense learned from their mistake on the last third down, and they're not going to let him go anywhere there. They do have an opportunity to kick this field goal and go up by 10, and that is exactly what they're going to do in the fourth quarter with just about 3 minutes left to go. Play fake on third down yet again. This pass is going to be caught by the tight end. He finally catches one here, and that's going to get them a much-needed third down conversion. Play fake again, and there's another catch. Great throw by Ward, and it took until the fourth quarter, but Minnesota's offense finally coming to life. More play action, and Iowa's had enough of it, though, as they get yet another sack, forcing 3rd down and 16. Ward looking to throw, and he runs out of time. Number 56, Harvey, with his 3rd sack of the game, his 2nd of the drive, and they're going to be faced with a 4th down and long. They were one of the best teams this year on 4th down, and they really need to come up clutch here. 4th and 21, under some pressure. He evades it, firing to the end zone, and the pass is going to hit the grass. Iowa's going to take over with under 2 minutes left to go. All they're going to have to do is just bleed this clock down. Here's a fullback dive, and he loses the football. It's on the ground. Minnesota scoops it up, and they're not out of this game yet. But they're faced with yet another 4th down. This one a little bit easier as it's 4th down and 10. Ward still able to get the pass off, tipped by Fuller. Who else but him? And they're going to be able to win this game. They very wisely take a quarterback knee instead of, trying to run the score up or get some garbage time yards or whatever. And finally now, Iowa are national champions. It took them 3 tries in this series, but 3rd try is the charm, and they're going to walk away with the trophy as a national champions. That is going to do it now for today's video. We got the off season coming up soon, and if you guys enjoyed today's video, leaving a like would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, this has been Jeffrey reminding you to stay moist.